And this is a one versus many deduction game where one player is going to be playing as the spirit and the other players are going to be characters in a haunted house. The game has a bunch of different scenarios, and you may not always be against the spirit, but you never really know for sure because the spirit might be a good ghost that just needs help from the players. You might be trying to work together to win the scenario, or the spirit might be working against you. Or the spirit might be a good ghost at first, but then you're unable to fulfill their requests, so then they're going to be turning malevolent. Whether or not that's the case, the player's objective will be the same, and that's to reveal these 4 spirit cards that are hidden at the start of the game, because each of these cards are going to be revealing more insights into the spirit and to the house, and how exactly you trigger the end game and potentially win the game. The thing here is that players are on a bit of a timer because each round this token is going to be moving deeper and deeper down into the staircase, and then there's going to be some spirit tokens on that staircase as well, and the spirit might have some ways to manipulate that as well as the players, but once those 2 tokens collide, that's going to be triggering the end game, and you're going to be revealing whether or not the players have accomplished their objective. But luckily, each of the players will have some special abilities that they'll be able to use throughout the game depending on their character, but each character also has a fear track that can go up and down throughout the game depending on what the players and the spirit do, and you normally want to keep that low because some negative consequences can happen to you if that rises too high. But on a turn, players are going to be using actions to move around on the board, trade with other players, and interact with points of interest out on the map. Something that's interesting about the action phase is that there's actually an action that allows you to use action cards, which open up a whole other host of possibilities, and you'll be using these to gain clues and information about the ghost in the house, and you'll be discarding any of those cards that you use under one of the 4 cards that I mentioned previously. Your goal here is to try and match the icons on those cards with what you think the unrevealed card will have. This can gain you some positive benefits if you guess correctly when that card does become revealed. Players might also find some gear or items in the game that can provide some instant or ongoing effects that they can use to augment their actions. But something that's interesting about this game is that players get a lot more benefits when they are in the same room as each other, because any items that you use or actions that you perform could benefit not only yourself but anyone else in that room. But of course, after the players have had their turns, it's going to be moving on to the spirit's turn, and then the spirit's going to be using their cards and actions to try and manipulate the board in their favor. But what's interesting about the spirit is that their actions become a lot more powerful if they have more presence within a room, and there's going to be these blue dice that are across all the different rooms indicating how much presence the spirit has there. The game continues like this until those tokens on the staircase collide, and then you're going to be revealing the spirit's true intentions and determine if the players have won or lost that scenario. And if you are interested in this one, you can check it out. I'll have linked in the description down below.